Next game is the Italian game. The Italian game is with 10 players, and this is probably the best game that I'm playing so far. This is really successful. I'm working with Morocco. We're a coalition. We're the only coalition on this game. I did have an alliance with Britain, and Britain helped me take France. And Britain then started taking Germany. At the time, I had shared my map, like I have done here with Sweden and Russia. I had shared my map with Great Britain. Once they saw that my stronger ally, the Americans, have started bringing their troops up into, if I double click, you see they're bringing their troops towards the British border. Yeah, they saw that, and then they took off the share map. If I highlight my troops, you can see that I'm moving in. I'm trying to build a defence here against the Austrians, because I don't know what they're going to do. I've got 135 troops. Moroccans have got 100. The British, last time I checked, had about 60 or 70. That was yesterday that I checked. So they're pretty much gone. Morocco is going to take most of this part of Britain, and they're going to take the actual island and Ireland bit as well. On the other hand, I'm going to take some of this area and probably take most of Germany. Austria, I don't think will be much of a problem, but they could be, especially if they team up with one of the other two countries. But that's okay. I'll build up a small army here, and that will at least give me something to work with. Maybe I have to retreat those advanced. I mean, if they bring a stronger attack, then I can defend against it. It just means I have to come back and then wait for reinforcements and then build up a stronger army. But as long as I have something there, it's a start, because I've got the Moroccans coming this way, and I've got a lot of troops around in this cluster to just finish off any of the British that are up here and to storm through Germany. Swedish have 113 troops. I mean, did I say 100 troops I've got? I've got 135. Oh no, it's Morocco got 100. But yeah, they've got 111 troops in Sweden, 175 in Russia. Shit. I mean, there's a lot of people in Russia. But I do hope, and I think Sweden are going to fight Russia, so that'll weaken both of those two. And that will mean by the time I get through Germany, me and the Moroccans can basically then sweep through Russia, sweep through Sweden, sweep through Russia. And you never know. Essentially, the more provinces you have, the more troops you're going to produce daily. But we'll see what happens. I think most of this part of the map is inactive, but we'll see what happens. But for the next 24 hours at least, I'm just coming up through Britain and then going through Germany, depending on how many troops Germany have. I'm pretty sure Germany are pretty fucked at this point. I am pretty sure about that, but I do not know. Britain are definitely fucked. They're gone. I mean, Britain sent a message. I got a message from Sweden saying, just so you know, Britain sent me a message asking to help fight Italy and Morocco, me and my team. You might want to keep troops from that side. But so yeah, Britain's seeking help from other places, which is a good sign for me. And Britain also, Sweden have told me, so I don't think Sweden around here. I don't know. They might be planning to attack Germany actually. What Russia are doing, I don't fucking know. Or Austria, Hungary. Oh, Austria, Hungary, that's pissed me off. They won't make any contact. All the other countries are talking to me. Austria, Hungary are not talkative at all. In this game, I'm enjoying this game because I'm just demolishing the British, and they can't do fuck all. I love the fact they know they're fucked as well. They can't do a thing. But do you know what? There is a chance that I might have actually, if they tried diplomatic, because they said to me, who do you plan on attacking? If you help with Germany, then we can get Austria together. So I'm guessing you and Morocco coming after me. Actually, going after Austria together, I would have very much have enjoyed that, because once your troops were in Austria, Morocco could come up the backside and take all your fucking land. So, or even if actually that would have been good, because then I could have seen you exhaust your army against Germany. So actually, you would have bought yourself some time. He must have known that we would have been too powerful. You can't beat us, at your current state. You can't. There's no way if we attack, you can't win yourself out of it unless you get a coalition. You need an ally. You need to work with Austria, or Germany, or Sweden. And Sweden is not going to work here. Russia's too far away. There's fucking no chance. By the time Russia get here, you'll be gone. All you could do, the only option. Look, this is what I'm saying. Britain is like me in Ukraine. Resolving this problem diplomatically is the only way Britain can get themselves out of this hole. That is the only way. That you can't defend yourself. What is the point? You're gonna look. I don't understand why. This is why I love it. This is why I love that they know they're fucked, but they're still just refusing to work. I mean, maybe they're just AFK, so maybe I have to wait for them to reply. Maybe they might. I think the Swedes even asked if you want to attack Britain. Oh no, I think Sweden want to attack Germany. I mean, we all want to attack Germany. I mean, I reckon the Swedes. I'm going to say to them straight. I'm going to say to them, look, if we own all of Britain and France and half of Germany, and if Austria aren't doing anything, if they're just sitting there still, I'm going to say to Sweden, look, me and Morocco, we're huge. If you come over our border, we're going to destroy you. Otherwise, leave us alone, and we're going to focus on Austria and the bottom right. You, on the other hand, can focus on Russia. Oh man, the only way for us to lose at the minute is if someone gets a coalition. You can't defeat two massive armies unless we fuck up hard. If we can keep this going well, and it looks like it's going to go quite well, because basically Morocco does what he does over there. I'm pretty sure Morocco is guaranteed to take all of this as long as there's no reinforcements that come through to help Britain. Boom, got him. Checkmate. Would Morocco turn against me? I don't think they would, because we can win together as a coalition, so what's the point? But if he sees I'm weak, he might just see it as an opportunity just to take because I'm going to have so many provinces, and if I have a weak army, it's sort of like, well, I could just sort of destroy his army and then just march my vehicles and cavalry through his provinces, take them all in like a day, maybe two. You know, wait another day for them to rebuild, and that's it. You've just got shitloads of free land with no risk as well, because you can see exactly what I've got. You know, they could do it. No, what I'll do is I'll try and make sure Morocco exhaust their army quicker than mine. I'll just have to make sure they do. Because if I exhaust my army by going through Germany, if we both exhaust, only one of us can exhaust the army, or at least only one at a time. Because if Ireland go in with 100 troops, and then we find out they drop down to like 60, well, it might be a good time just to sit back for a minute and just watch what everyone else is doing, and maybe just try to build up some cars and cavalry and stuff like that, and maybe wait for a factory even, because we don't want to get in a situation where our army's too small to defend itself, especially as the border gets bigger. The bigger the border gets, the more troops you fucking need, so it just becomes more and more important. But then at the same time, the bigger army you get, the more urge you have just to attack, because you've got the spare troops there. But then you forget, once you've taken that province, the chance of a counterattack goes up, and you know it gives you maybe 3, maybe 4, or maybe 1 or 2. It gives you some more. It gives them more fronts to attack you from. I mean, ideally, when you do an attack, you want to be able to sweep as much as you can and get to a point where it looks safe to build a fortress. Like here, so you know it comes into a nice little interlocking section, and I've got fortress there, no fortress there, but there is a fortress there, so it means I have got this entire line of fortresses. So if I'm, are my troops going? I've got troops going there, but if I begin to attack and they do a counter attack, I can run back into the fortress, saving me a lot of fucking troops. But for example, I could come down the coastline. There's a fortress there. Once I take a fortress, I think you have to repair it, but once you take a fortress, you know, it's yours. So I could build a fortress there and then get down to there, and then we go into Austria. Now also I can start, I don't really know if I want to open up a new front with a new nation just yet. The Ottomans I'm a bit worried about. I'll see how it goes.